Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Hitachi CV18DBL 18-volt cordless multi-tool. Now what this basically is a cordless oscillating tool, and you may have seen things similar to this at your local Lowe's or Home Depot. Many of them plug in the wall and you're always stuck using AC power. So whether that means a wall outlet or hauling a generator out to the job site and running extension cords, most of them cannot be powered unless you do have a full-time power source. Now the nice thing about a battery-powered unit like this one is it's going to run off their 18-volt lithium battery packs. You don't need to worry about a generator, extension cords, or any other source of power. And when you couple that with the brushless motor, it means you're going to be able to get a ton of work done on just one battery charge. Now what I really like about this over some of the other units that I've tried is the fact that not only does it have a variable speed dial, which will allow you to precisely control the oscillations per minute, it also has a fully automatic mode. And what that means is when you turn it on and it's on automatic mode, it's going to run at a lower speed. And then as soon as you take, let's say, the wood cutting blade and start cutting wood, when it senses a load, it's going to automatically speed up. When you get done with your cut, it's going to automatically slow back down. That's going to save battery power, and it's going to keep noise and vibrations to a minimum. So what I want to do in this video is go over the different features that they have built into this, and then we're going to see how it actually performs. Here's a closer look at the multi-tool, and the first thing to point out is the fact that the green portion is going to be a very hard plastic, and then this black portion extending around the handle, around the head, as well as these bumpers on the bottom are going to be made out of rubber. And what that's going to allow you to do is lay it on its side. It's not going to be touching the surface. So let's say you're in a customer's house and you set this on their hardwood floors, on a piece of furniture, or even on a countertop. As long as you do set it down with care, it's not going to scratch anything. The battery is going to be on a slide rail system, so you can press the buttons in, it's going to slide right off, and you can either recharge this or swap it out with a fresh one. And when you do slide it in place and you hear the click, it's going to be ready to go. Now the nice thing about the blade change on this, it's completely tool-free. And it also doesn't spring open and then hurt your hand. So the lever on the top, what you'll do is just lift that up until it clicks, and you're going to extend it all the way forward. And once you do that, this little collar here actually rotates. So if we press that forward, what you can do is then rotate it to the unlock position, and the pin's going to slide right out. At that time, you can take really any blade. I'll go ahead and take the blade that's included in the kit. We'll line it up with the little slots, and once it slides into place, you can take that pin, put it back into place, rotate the collar back around, and then all you'll need to do is flip that lever back to lock everything down. At this point, it's ready to use. Depending on the type of materials you're working with, as well as what you're trying to achieve, whether that's cutting, sanding, or scraping, they do have a variable speed selector dial here on the base of the unit. Now you can see right now I have it on speed setting 1, which is going to be the low speed, or 6,000 oscillations per minute. But if I want to ramp that up, I can just rotate it over, and we can go up to speed setting 5, which is going to be the high speed, or 20,000 oscillations per minute. Now the nice thing about that dial is the fact that it does not click in between the numbers. So you can literally fine tune that anywhere in between the 6,000 and 20,000 to suit whatever project you're working on. Now they have one additional setting, which would be an A or automatic mode. And when you flip it to that, what's going to happen is the tool's going to automatically increase the power when it senses a load. And then when you get through, let's say, a cut through a piece of wood, it's going to automatically slow itself back down. On the other side of the base is going to be a battery indicator switch. So this is going to be a fuel gauge for the battery, and it's going to let you know how much charge is left. When we press this in, if you see 2 lights light up, it means that there's more than 50% power. If only 1 light lights up, it means there's less than 50% power. And if no lights light up, it means the battery's almost dead and you need to recharge it. One of the most useful ways to use this is to cut out holes in drywall. Now, on this piece of drywall, I've already marked the location of the hole I want to cut out. So what we'll do is just follow along this line until we completely remove it. To demonstrate the LED light that's built in the front of this, I'm underneath a deck and there's a nail right here I want to cut. Now it's a very low light situation and I'm having a hard time seeing this, even though on the camera it's picking up more ambient light than there actually is. You'll see when I turn this on, the LED is going to illuminate everything and I'll be able to do a good job at cutting this off flush. When you pop a sanding disc on here, removing things like the stain off this board is really easy to do. To demonstrate the fully automatic mode, we'll take that speed dial, roll it up to where it says A, and now when I turn it on, it's going to be at a lower speed. But when I press it into the wood to make a cut, it's going to sense that load and automatically increase the speed to compensate. When it makes it fully through the cut, it will automatically slow itself back down to conserve battery power and keep noise and vibrations to a minimum. Before I can paint the side of this house, I need to not only remove all the old paint that's flaking off, but I'm also going to have to sand it. Now to really speed this process up, I put a scraper blade attachment on the Hitachi. And now watch how fast we can remove that flaking off paint. Now finally, as long as you're using a good quality blade, slicing through things like these framing nails is no issue at all. So what I've done is taken a bunch of these, nailed them into the 2x4. And just imagine remodeling an old house or removing a door frame or a window, having to cut through the wood as well as the nails. So what we'll do is go ahead and just turn this on now and see how it does. So now you've seen Hitachi's CV18DBL cordless multi-tool for yourself. And like I said at the beginning of the video, a multi-tool and an oscillating tool are going to be exactly the same thing, and they're extremely versatile. So whether you want to use a sanding disc, a wood or metal cutting blade, or even a scraper blade, you can do that. And you can swap between them very quickly because this does have that tool-free blade change. Now what you want to keep in mind is the fact that it is using the lithium-ion 18-volt battery packs. And when you couple that with the brushless motor, it means you're going to get maximum power as well as maximum runtime. Now I want to point out this is not a lightweight tool. It does come in at just over 4 pounds. So unlike a compact drill, you are going to feel this when you pick it up. But also keep in mind, because of that weight, it's going to do a lot to absorb the vibrations, and they're not going to go into your hand and into your arm and make them numb like a cheaper oscillating tool. The other thing to keep in mind is going to be the length. It's coming in at just over 12 inches long, so if you do have clearance issues where you want to use this, that could pose a problem. But most of the time, if you're undercutting a door jamb or sanding the side of a wall or even cutting some wood out, that's not going to be an issue because most people have a lot of clearance to work with. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.